Serie A lovers, what's up? I'm back with the marquee match in Serie A, as well as my predictions all in under 180 seconds. Now, week 23 starts on a Thursday, which means you get your video nice and early. So be sure that you follow me on YouTube, you hit the little bell, you subscribe. You can also follow me on SoundCloud. Now, the marquee match of the week last weekend was Roma-Milan. Milan came into this holding on to that fourth spot, all important for Champions League qualification next year by the very end of their fingernails. 1 point divided them from Roma and a gang of teams just gaining on them. And all they had to do was make sure that they did not lose, and they were successful. 1-1 was the final draw, the final game there, final score there. And they started off by doing really well. They went up 1-0 with the goal of their new talisman, Piontek. But in the second half, Roma was just too much. Really, they should have been up 2-1 at the end of the first half if it wasn't for Milan's goalkeeper, Gigio Donnarumma, who made amazing saves to keep them out. In the second half, the goal was by Italian revelation, Nicolo Zaniolo. The marquee match of the week this weekend happens in Florence, where Napoli travels to play Fiorentina. Fiorentina started the season off really hot at home, but then they kind of dropped off and tied a bunch of games and lost their way a little bit. Haven't won a league game at home since mid-December. Of course, with the notable exception of the 7-1 thrashing of Roma in the Coppa Italia. Napoli, on the other hand, they come into this kind of soft. Yeah, they did get a few points on Juventus, but there's a big gap between them and the Bianconeri, and as well a big gap between them and Inter. So it's going to be really hard for them to kind of get that tension and that kind of be spurred to do really well. Of course, however, dropping points in Florence might mean the end of their Scudetto race. So, will Napoli still be in this? Or will Fiorentina be able to catch that final train that might take them to a Champions League spot next year? Well, you gotta tune in. It's on Saturday, and as you know, it's in Canada. If you're in Canada, Germany, or Japan, you can catch this on DAZN. Enjoy this one, guys.